y'all. Figured this would be helpful just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect next week with map testing. So I'm going to just jump straight into it. So by now you should have confirmed your accounts within WEA, and so I send you an email, you confirmed your account. So you go ahead and log into your accounts and log in. So your testing dashboard will look a little bit different than mine. So you're going to go onto the left side and look for this blue area and click on manage test sessions and click on save test sessions. So all of the sessions have already been created for you. You'll be testing middle school students in reading, language, and math. I've created reading and math. I haven't had a chance to do language just yet, but I'll create them. So come next week when you're ready to test, Ms. Granhold, I guess, will let you know as far as scheduling and what days you're going to be testing and what, or you don't have to be done in a particular order. Ms. Granhold can let you know what you guys should be doing. And so on my end, all of the sessions appear because I created them. Since you haven't created the test sessions, you can click on all proctors and everything will pop up, or just type in my name, Jessica, and then click on this little search button, and then you'll find the testing session, okay? Click on go through and look for the session that you need. So if you're testing in reading, for example, I'm going to click on reading Granhold. So you'll click on that and then click on test now. And the session name is what you're going to give the students. So you can write that on the dry erase board. That's what you're going to give to the students to be able to log in. Okay. So let me backtrack. When you have students log into the computer, you will, I don't have it on my dashboard. Each student on their computer, I've worked with IT, and so Shane has been working with us on having the app installed into the students' MacBooks. They'll click on the NWEA icon. Okay, so when they click on that, it takes them onto a secure testing browser. And essentially what that testing browser does is it locks them out of everything else. The only thing they'll see on the screen is the testing platform. That testing platform will have NWEA, it'll have session name and session password. So session name, what students are going to type in is this right here. Okay, so each of you will have a different session name. So Fall 21 reading, and then it'll be the teacher's last name. So in this scenario, we'll have Ms. Granhold will give the students this session name, and this will be the password. It's auto-populated, so the session will expire after 24 hours. So if the students don't get to finish the test, the students will go in there, teacher will go in there and open up the testing session, and tomorrow will be a completely different password. Okay, so for today, this will be the session name. The students are going to type and then password. And then it prompts the students to look at the information that's provided. It'll have the student name, date of birth, and grade, okay? And it'll show them the tests they're going to be taking, which in this case will be reading in 6th grade and above. So once students confirm that information on your end, you have to confirm the actual beginning of the test. So if all the students are confirmed, it'll show here, actions needed. And so maybe all 11 students are ready at once, or maybe only 5. You click on confirm and it gets the students straight into testing mode. And you can refresh the page by clicking on that. And it'll show you here per student individually as to where the student is. So this is MAP test, measurement of academic progress. That's what it stands for. Every student will be on a different question, so it depends on their ability. So perhaps Anetta answers many questions correctly, so it's going to keep taking her to a higher level, and maybe it'll take her an hour and 15 minutes, whereas another student might only take 35 minutes. It just depends on the student's ability. And it'll show the number of questions that each student, where the student is. And once the student's completed, it'll show test completed or student completed. If there is a student that guesses and goes through the test rather quickly, the system just shuts the test off and pauses it actually, and it gives you a notification. So on your screen, it'll show red letters that a student was guessing through, and so that means you have to address it. You talk to the student, let them know, hey, take your time on the test, read the questions, and answer to the best of your ability, but do not guess. And then you have to resume the test. So you will click on the student, click on select action, and resume test. At any point in time, if you have a student that needs to go to the restroom, or maybe there's an emergency, the student has a bloody nose, or you just have to pause the test, click on that student's name and you pause. Once the student is ready to resume, then click on resume. So the platform just kind of, the testing platform just sort of measures how long each student takes on a particular question, or rather on all the questions. So it's nice to time it accurately. So we don't want the student to go to the restroom, come back, and we've never paused the test. So we want to do that. There's a script, and Ms. Granhold has a red stop testing in progress sign that you can put on your door. And there's a script you may read to the students prior to beginning the test. And the students have to understand that the test will have questions that they might not know the answers to, and it's okay for them to guess, to give just to try their very best. And once all the students are finished testing, you're simply going to click on end session. You always want to save and exit. Never delete the session. You want to save and exit. And so you're going to save and exit, and it's going to take you right back to that very beginning, the first part of the dashboard where all the options are here and the save test sessions. Okay, you never can have two testing sessions open. So if Ms. Granholz is testing her 7th grade students in reading, and yesterday she had a student that was out in math and wants to make up that test, she can't have two sessions open. It only can be one. So we can we'll have language, reading, math sessions available to you as of next week. I'm going to ask that Shane is here on campus in case we have any connectivity issues or bandwidth or anything like that. I'll be available in the morning before my lessons to help if you have any questions logging in. Hopefully this is helpful. You're welcome to click on help, look at some of those Proctor videos, and just to get familiar with the platform. But other than that, it's self-explanatory, hoping that you get familiar with the platform. And the only thing I really ask of you at this point is to go through your class and check the roster and make sure you have every student in there. So if it's Ms. D, for example, with 5th grade, I just ask that you go through the list, make sure all your students are there. I put in 3rd through 8th, so I'm bound to miss someone. I did miss a 3rd-year student, and we caught it in time. So I'm happy to help you make any changes, but make sure you get in there and check the rosters ahead of time. Other than that, if you have any questions, let me know. Happy to help. Thanks, guys.